Well, good morning. This webinar this morning is on creating mailing lists with Realist. This is probably one of the tools that could be very beneficial to agents from a marketing perspective. Really easy to do. I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of how to do this today, um, and hopefully it'll be useful to you. So I'm going to begin. I've logged into the MLS, and I'm going to go ahead and click into Realist. Realist will load here, and this can be done with any search. So any My Search or Quick Search, better to do it with a My Search though. So we're going to customize our search options here. So I'm going to go to My Search, and whatever you have selected in here is what's going to show up for our search. So I'm going to add in a couple things here. I'm going to go to Edit Attributes, and under Sales Information, I'm just going to choose the settlement date and maybe the sales price. And I'll go ahead and hit Apply. So now that we've got those in there, what I'm going to do for this one is maybe I want to target market folks that bought a home between 5 and 7 years ago. So I'm just going to put in 07, 01, 2011, and 07, 01, 2013. Again, you can set up whatever criteria you want. And maybe my target market for this is folks that the sale price of that home was between $150,000 and $200,000. And I'm going to look at this for Charleston only, so I'll put in a 61920 there. And I'll search just like I would before. So again, whatever criteria you're setting up, in this case, my search parameters I'm looking at folks that bought a home between $150,000 and $200,000 between 5 and 7 years ago, because I'm thinking maybe they might be in a market for upgrading a home at that time. Or they may be, just statistically speaking, interested in selling, upgrading, things like that. Maybe not. But primarily these mailing labels are for some type of a direct mailing campaign. So you'll see they come up here, and again, we can add in or take off anything that we're not interested in, and we can view the property detail reports on those. But today we're talking about labels. Now, something that I wanted to make you aware of is there is, just like there is a national do not call list, there is also a national do not mail list. You should be really careful if you're going to send information to folks on the national do not mail list. But within Realist, we have the option not even to include those results. And to turn off that feature, you just come up here to Preferences at the top. And then as soon as this loads in, you will see here this checkbox I have checked. It says display mailing labels, addresses registered on the do not mail list. So right now I have that included. I have those included. And I want to leave it that way so that you can see those ones that you might potentially market to on the do not mail list. So we'll say I want to send them to these. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create Labels. I've got three options. These are the most common standards, the Avery 5160, 5161, and 5162 labels. They're just three different sizes. Now you can use the generics too that conform to those sizes. And then you have some export features and customization options down here as well. So first of all, do you want it to be mixed case or all uppercase for those names and addresses? And then the big choice here, do you want the tax billing address or the property address? And the reason for that is if this is a rental property, for whatever your marketing material is, you really might not be interested in sending that to the person that lives at that house. Instead, you want to send it to the person that owns it. In this case, that would be the tax billing address. So what do you want to include on it? You want to show the current owner. If that current owner is at a foreign address, so not in the United States, do you still want to send it to them? Do you want to eliminate duplicates? So if you've got a homeowner that owns, 3 houses right in a row, do you want to send them 3 mailing pieces, or do you want to limit that just to 1? So you can save yourself some cost by eliminating those duplicates if you choose to. And you want anything custom on the label, like, hey, if the name is wrong on this, do you just want it to say or current resident, or do you not want that included? So in this case, I'm going to choose the Avery 5160s. I am going to leave that custom label in there. And these defaults, notice that you are limited to 5,000 exports a month. And I have currently used 41 of mine, so I've got 49.59 remaining, and that resets every month. But I'm going to go ahead and create, and I'll use the Avery 5160 labels. It props up a save, or the option to save here, and I'm going to save these as export Charleston, July 2011 to July 2013 labels, and I could put the 150 to 200,000 in there if I wanted, but I'll just save it as whatever I want. Notice this is a rich text format, so this will open in Word or any other word processing program that you might use. And I'm going to have to switch here to see what you get real quick. So here this is opened up in Word. Notice in Word or in any word processing program, these are all completely editable. So you could change your font, the centering, the position. You know, if I wanted all of these centered or if I wanted to extract things out differently, I could do that, change the size. But what I wanted to draw your attention to is if you are using if you have chosen to include people on the do not mail list, it identifies for you the folks on the do not mail list by putting here in parentheses the word no mail. And so that is cluing you in that those people are in the do not mail list. And so you'd want to use that possibly with caution, just knowing that that those folks are on the do not mail list. If you've got permission to go ahead and email them, that's fine. Or I'm sorry, send them mail, that's fine. If not, you may want to exclude those or uncheck that preference within Transaction Desk. Just a little bit more information on the National Do Not Mail List because I thought that that might be of interest to you. Wanted to pull back up here for a minute, just some information for that. If you want to be placed on the do not mail list or want to provide that information to your clients, you can go to the FTC's website at consumer.ftc.gov and switch that. And of course, the big one is it begins by talking about the do not call list, but it's about unsolicited mail, phone calls, and email. And it talks about the do not call list and our credit reporting agencies first. But if you come down here under direct marketers and mail and email, you can go to dmachoice.com. And actually, you can do it online, but there is a $10 or $2 processing fee, and that lasts for 10 years. Or they also have a mail-in registration form. But it's a $3 processing fee. But that goes to DMA Choice, and that should pull you out of a lot of that. There is also information about opting out of email, although I'll tell you from experience that doesn't seem to be real effective. However, you can do it that way. So that is creating mailing labels and mailing exports out of Realist. We talked about that, and then also some information about the do not call and do not mail list. Thanks for your time. Hope you have a great day.